Pigweed here. Today we review a lager and discuss what have we gained from our $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill. Okie dokie.
Hey, good evening.
Good evening, Crow Hill.
How about some beer and conversation?
That's a very good idea. What are we drinking?
We're drinking a black lager.
Well, that sounds good. Okay,
Yeah.
black lager.
Yeah,
Even
very
better.
good. Yes. All right, so what's on your mind?
Well, infrastructure is not the sexiest thing about
No,
you know what I
no,
mean?
generally speaking.
Fancy, beautiful skyscrapers,
That's
stuff
cool,
that you can
yeah.
see. But nothing
like
happens.
pipes underground.
Nothing
Yeah.
happens without the pipes underground, the
Yeah.
roads to get there.
Power lines.
Pipes carrying your poop away,
Right, yeah.
unless it goes directly into the river.
Well, hopefully that doesn't happen.
No, it doesn't happen, except for we have the largest poop spill, possibly in U.S. history, happening right now in the Potomac River.
Wait a minute. The largest in U.S. history right now in the Potomac River, which is how many miles from here?
Just
And,
down the street.
Like, I haven't heard about
You haven't heard about it. Nobody's talking about it, and nobody's done anything about it. It's just flowing as we speak.
Maybe we should redirect it to flow right into the Capitol.
Yeah, that's not a bad move.
That's not a bad move.
So yes, so infrastructure is important, and we had this bill 5 years ago, and it was a bit, a lot of fanfare.
The poor Potomac River. I mean,
They just got it cleaned up. It just recently became, when we were kids, you didn't want to go out there paddling.
No, you didn't want to touch the Potomac River.
But people are out there fishing and paddling.
Right.
Well, they were.
They were.
Not
Now
this
they're
summer, they're not.
Not anymore. Good grief.
Sheesh.
Poor
All
river
right.
can't catch a break.
Gross.
Yeah.
All
right.
This,
Okay.
This is not gross.
This is not gross. So this is Ghost Stories Smoked Black Lager.
Smoked, you said.
That's what it says. From, who are they from? Burlington Beer Company. So, what do you think? You getting any smoky?
Oh, totally. I mean, yeah. It's like a.
Not like a ham.
It's like drinking a ham a
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah. No, it smells smoky. It tastes a little smoky.
Yeah, definitely. So you got the black lager. The thing I like about the black lagers is that sharp black lager, black malt flavor. I like that flavor. That's good.
And then, but how is it not a black ale?
So they lagered it. So they
right. But I
fermented
mean,
it at low
let's
temperatures.
just say you had a black ale and a black lager.
Right, I would expect the lager to be more crisp in the flavor, and the ale to be more kind of fruity or
kind of more of a lingering flavor on the tongue.
But you're right. There's a lot of smoke going on here.
It is. Yes, it's like drinking a lager by a campfire.
That's a better way to think of it than drinking a lager that's been soaked. Has a piece of ham in it. That's right. But it's very good. Well done, guys. We like that one. So send us some more. Thank you very much.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to talk about infrastructure, government spending, this bill in particular. But let me just back up one little bit and just talk about government spending and politicians.
Right.
And what their relationship to spending is. Conservatives used to push back on too much government spending. I don't think anybody...
Well, everybody doesn't like too much government spending. But yeah, conservatives, generally speaking, just have a distaste for government spending in general.
Well, they tell you that, but...
they tell you that, but then they spend money like...
Yes. So we've been convinced, like the whole premise that the more money you can get to in the government's hands,
right,
the better our lives are going to be.
Yeah.
That's a problem right there.
Yes.
I mean, they're always like, well, where are they going to get the money? How about if they don't get the money?
Right.
Well, we need to grow this and grow that and grow this and be more involved in everything. And you're just going to have to pay another $1 on your cigarettes and 50 cents on your thing, but that's okay because you will, in the end, benefit from it because you need to get more money into my hands.
What was that Obama thing? Government is just a word for what we do together, or something like that. This idea,
nice,
government's going to spend money to all of our benefit. We all know that's false. So they're going to give money to their cronies. They're going to line their own pockets. But obviously, there are certain things that government has to spend money on. I want good, nice roads. I want nice bridges. I want good airports and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
so,
it's not that sexy, but it needs to be done.
Yeah.
And but the way that they sort of pat themselves on the back for spending your money, like I've spent more of your money than any politician before.
Well, for several.
How is that? Why are we supposed to praise you for that?
I know. For several presidential campaigns in a row, it was like the way to get elected was to promise spending more on some new way.
No one has ever spent more on education than I have.
I'm going to make this new thing where we're going to spend more money that's going to go back to you. It's like, what was the saying was it de Tocqueville? Democracy will work until the people figure out how to vote themselves largesse at the public trough. Yeah. So the idea
we're moving in that direction. Yeah. So, but what I say is, how about not having all this glad slapping when you sign the bill?
Yeah.
Do this. You come back in 5 years, then you present the positive results of your spending.
Yeah.
And then you can ask for more money. Once you just say, don't just say, look, we spent a record $500 million on this thing. Yeah. Come back later and say, yes, we're tax and spend Democrats, but this is what you get for your money.
And how about also if we have an audit to show that the money was actually spent on the things it was supposed to be spent on, not to go into little pork barrel things, not to line the senator's pocket, not to go to their friends.
Yes.
So I'd like to see that too.
Right. And so in my pre-cynical days, I would have said, wow, I mean, that's a lot of money and it's going in a great place. You need that before you can even build.
Yeah.
It's safety. It's jobs.
Right.
It's not having sewage in your rivers.
In your river, yeah.
I mean, this is all very good, but
I guess we're canceling the fishing trip on the river.
Oh yeah, won't be in the old Potomac.
Right.
No siree. But now I hear $1.4 trillion for infrastructure, and I'm sorry that I don't hear jobs and safety. I mostly think of how much of this is never going to be accounted for.
Right.
How much of this is going to be
paying off cronies. Yeah.
Yeah, cronies, kickbacks, political favors, cost overruns.
Right.
Good old fashioned theft and corruption. Things being bogged down by unions and equity and demands for DEI contracts.
Right.
And so just
everything
already,
is clogged up with so many things. There's so much. Because here's the thing: anytime money is changing hands, people want to get in the middle of that. Right, that's the natural thing to do. You want to say, how can I make some money? Well, there's a lot of people spending a lot of money there. How can I get in on that deal?
Yeah.
And government spending money is a classic way. It's like, okay, I want to get government contracts. I want to get in on that. I want to get some of that juice there. And that's what happens, and it's been going on for a long time. And people have perfected the art of squeezing their share out of the government spending.
So my recommendation for the Democrat strategy of 26 and 28 is to go out and highlight, bridge here, road there, tunnel there.
Yeah.
Say, remember that 5 years ago?
Right.
When we said we were going to do this?
Look what we did.
We've delivered.
Yeah.
That's why you want Democrats in power.
Yeah.
Now, why wouldn't they be doing that?
Because they haven't done it.
Unless it's not really happening.
Yeah, right.
And there are reasons. There could be legitimate reasons for that.
Sure.
But it still seems to me that whatever kind of promise, let's just say, this new education blueprint for Maryland, is like 10-year, $10 billion, whatever. Yeah.
Speaking of education, did you see that Matt Walsh picked up our conversation on the Mississippi Mirror?
I did.
I know, cheater. Stop picking on, stealing our stuff.
Stealing our material.
I mean, I'm glad you listen, but don't steal our stuff.
Yeah. So, but how about So 5 years, 7 years, whatever, after you have impressed everybody with how much money you've pumped into the education system, what can you show us? Are kids smarter? Are the grades getting better?
Right.
Even if they can't do that, can you at least say we had 300 schools that needed HVAC in?
Yeah.
Maryland's such a great state. We have so many new kids. We had to build 7 new schools.
Sure.
I just never hear where they congratulate themselves when they sign the bill. I never see them celebrating the accomplishments of the bill.
Right. Yeah. When do we see? Okay, we're cutting the ribbon on this new bridge.
Oh, and here I am with a shovel.
Right. Yeah. That doesn't happen. And part of the problem is there's such a huge lag time because it takes so long to build anything nowadays. You got to go. You have environmental assessments. You have all these. Are you messing the snail darter habitat?
Yeah.
And then you've got to go through all the DEI stuff, and you've got to go, all this minority set-asides and all the other crazy things you have to go through in order to build anything. Which, even if we can all agree, and I think we can all agree, there are projects that we need to do. We need to keep the roads from falling apart. We need to, make sure.
Can we run through
infrastructure's
some key
working.
facts of the IIJA?
Oh, is that what that is? Back there?
Yes. It's in Infrastructure Investment Jobs Act.
Okay,
of
right.
2021.
Yeah.
All right, we got $110 billion roads and bridges, public transport, Amtrak. We'll come back to the broadband internet.
Yes, how about
the
that?
electric grid and energy, electric cars, buses, and ferries, clean water drinking. Who doesn't like that? Great rivers and lakes, airports, and road safety. So these are all different sections of this Infrastructure Improvement Act, and all of those things seem like good things to spend money on.
Well,
Go ahead.
they do sound like that. But of the $1.2 trillion authorized, approximately 450 to 500 billion have been fully obligated to specific projects. That's less than half. And it's 5 years later.
5 years. Now, I get it. So I'm guessing it goes something like this. Indiana, the local politicians in Indiana kick up to the governor. These are roads and bridges that
need to be done, right.
that need help.
Yeah.
The state has to go out there and investigate which ones are and how much how much it would cost to either replace or repair.
Yeah.
Then they take that number, they kick it up to the feds.
Right.
The feds say okay. Then you have to go offer the contracts. You have to have people bid on the contracts.
Right.
This takes time. It
takes time. But it doesn't take 5 years. There's no reason for it to take 5
No.
years. Yeah. So you have to wonder what. Remember the phrase used to be shovel-ready projects?
Oh, yes. You remember Obama's reaction to that?
No.
He was like, well, I guess they weren't as shovel-ready as I thought.
Yeah.
I mean, when nothing happened, when he said shovel-ready projects, and then nothing happened for 2 years, he's like, well, I guess.
Yeah. Guess they weren't shovel-ready.
Yeah, right. So that means, sounds like, all the permits have been taken care of, and those things, everything's lined up.
We've got all this
All we
stuff.
need is the financing.
All we need to do is you pay us to hire some people with the shovels to come in and start digging and doing their stuff.
Yeah.
But it's not ever that way.
No, so where how much of this money is at work right now?
So there's a bunch of levels to this. It's not like you just pass a bill and then all of a sudden things start getting built.
Yeah, I don't think I'm being...
Because there's levels to it. So what happens is it has to be in the bill, and then they have to there's gosh, what are the steps here? I thought I had some notes on what the steps are. I'm gonna have to cut some of this out.
Yeah, that's fine, because I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, yeah. So here's the way it goes. Infrastructure projects move through phases.
Right.
There's authorized.
Right.
The law says the money can be spent. Then there's obligated. The government has signed a contract to spend it.
Okay, good.
And then there's outlaid. The check has actually been cashed. Okay. So and that doesn't mean the project is done. That just means you've hired the people to say, go do this thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Now we're finally at shovel ready.
That's right. Yeah.
And how much of it is shovel ready? What's the last phase?
The obligated part is the government has signed a contract to spend it, but outlaid, the check has actually been cashed, is later. So of the 1.2 trillion, only 450 to 500 billion has been obligated. So we're not even at the outlaid.
Oh, we're not even outlaid.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right. So this is, to be fair, the stuff that hasn't been outlaid. Mm-hmm. Is that the last one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Trump has clawed back the money.
Okay.
He called it back because everything is so laden with, green initiatives,
right,
environmental this and that,
yeah,
and a bunch of
Solyndra and all that sort
and a bunch of DEI.
Yes.
So it's not that this money will never be released, but it is being held while they review, because that's going to hold everything up anyway. So he's holding on to that money to hopefully to streamline this stuff so that you can actually.
And nobody can accuse Donald Trump of not wanting to build something.
Yeah, right.
Right. Yes. I mean, he's
or holding things up with red tape and bureaucracy.
Yeah, he wants to get past all that stuff. But yeah, so the idea of spending money on infrastructure is great. But what we see is we passed the bill, hurrah, hurrah, hurrah. But then, okay, the roads still stink. What's going on?
And Potomac River.
And the Potomac
really
River.
stinks.
That's right. So roads and bridges were $110 billion of the money this point.
All right.
And that's good. Electric school buses and EV charging.
All right, please.
Yeah, let's talk about that one. How many actual charging stations have they made? I think the number is maybe one.
So first you got to tell me how much money will
15 billion.
15 billion, and
yeah, and almost nothing has been. The goal was 500,000 chargers, and we're nowhere near that.
And I see 183 chargers.
Oh, that's good. That's a high percentage.
44 stations.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, dang it, I had it in front of me. Tesla has put out 7,000 in less time than.
Sure, of course they have. How about this one? High-speed internet broadband, $65 billion to get high-speed broadband.
Well, that's a good thing. I mean, Biden said he compared it to the New Deal, calling it broadband expansion, not unlike what Roosevelt did with electricity.
Right. Very
similar.
Very similar. But except that none of it has been done.
Not one person.
Yeah, not one person has broadband access because of this spending.
With what? With $42 billion?
No, 65 billion.
Wow, your numbers are worse than mine.
Oh, no. The bulk of the 42 billion, the Broadband Equity Act was the 42 billion, but then there's also high-speed internet, some additional money was spent on that.
Well, I mean, because 42 isn't going to get you anywhere, really.
Yeah, I know. $42 billion. Good grief. Can't get anything done with that. Passenger rail, $66 billion. This is the largest investment in Amtrak since its creation.
Okay.
And the funding is secured. The actual new trains and faster tracks are still years from completion. Now, you and I both ride the train from time to time.
Yeah.
And Amtrak... the problem is you're trying to flatten out a track. You have a track that winds too much and you want to make it straighter. You're going to have to knock down this historic building and you're going to have to, displace these people. And so that I sort of understand why that might take a little bit of time, but still, I mean, for heaven's sakes, shouldn't you have that part of your plan? If you're going to find the places where it's relatively reasonable, expectation.
I mean, so that is part of the Amtrak is to speed things up by.
Well, the Northeast Corridor. The Northeast Corridor is the biggest money maker for Amtrak.
Right.
And the big problem in the Northeast Corridor is it winds too much, and they need to make the track straighter so they can go faster. Yeah. All right, clean water and lead pipe replacement. That sounds like a great idea.
That sounds like a great, especially if you're living in Flint, Michigan, and you probably haven't been able to drink your own water for years.
Yeah, $55 billion. And some has been done. Thousands of lead service lines have been replaced, particularly in cities like Newark and Chicago.
Good.
Which is great. I'm glad to see it.
I'm all about it.
But, it's just, once again, it's the slow the slow grind of government projects. It's not
Right.
done.
Now, is this slow grind just the way it is? I mean, is it? Can
Let's
you
take
just say
another
that?
big project. How about the Empire State Building? How long did that take?
Well, it's completed in 1931, 102 stories. Its construction was 1 year and 45 days.
Okay.
With 1931 building technology,
Right.
and it's a beautiful sustained.
Still there.
Still,
Yeah.
doing the rest of it. So
So
clearly,
we can get things done when we want to.
yes.
Yes.
Although I also have. Would you like to hear about the Freedom Tower?
All right. Sure.
All right, just as a comparison, Look, so this is. I mean, I don't. This is
To
probably,
replace the World Trade Center?
Yes, this is fairly fast tracked. I would imagine, right? By
Well, last time I
modern
was in New
standards.
York, there's nothing there. There's a great big hole in the ground.
Okay, well, no, it's done.
The Freedom Tower is done?
No. It was official opening was 2014.
Okay.
It wasn't the last time that you were there.
All right,
You've been
no.
there
I've
more
been there
since
since then,
then. So $3.9 billion, the most expensive office building ever built. About 8 years.
Okay.
I mean, it's more. It's
Empire State Building.
It's more impressive than the. Well, I mean, what did I say? It's 102 stories. It's only 104.
Okay. What took them so long?
Floor area 3.5 million square feet. The chosen height, I like this, 1,776 feet.
Boy, that's an interesting number.
That's a pretty slick move there.
Yes.
I mean, I'm liking that. So construction start 2006. Structural completion 2013.
8 years, though.
let's
Total
give
time,
it-
8 years.
8 years.
Yeah. So then another question is, did this thing actually create jobs? I mean, it was supposed
Well,
to.
that's the other thing that you would be able to pat yourself on the back
Right.
with. Not only can I point to 3,000 bridges, 9 million surface area of road,
Right.
52 new tunnels.
Right. Now, construction employment did hit an all-time high in
Very
2023.
Very nice.
So that's a good thing.
I'll give you that.
Yeah. So I mean, whether it's entirely related to this is hard to say exactly, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
That's good. We had construction going up, so that's great. Did it rebuild America's infrastructure? Well, apparently not. I mean, they fixed a few things. They fixed some things, but America's infrastructure is still way behind. And
Yeah, I saw the civil engineer, of America. Of course, these things are everybody's self-interested, right?
yeah,
And that's fine. You exist to promote civil engineering.
yeah.
So you're going to say everything needs to be fixed. But still, they're like D plus is where we are now. They're like if we got all this done, they'd be like, all right, you might be at a C. It would still be rough, but how about a Tesla gigafactory?
Okay.
So we've got two. We got the original one was in Nevada, 5 million square feet. So the Pentagon has 6.5 million square feet of floor space.
Right. It's supposed to be the biggest office building in the world. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's office building. This is a factory. This factory is over 5 million square feet. Construction timeline started in 2015 and completed in 2017.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
nothing. That's nothing. I got 10 million square feet in Austin.
Okay.
That one was for that gigafactory. Oh, this one doesn't say. This one is for the Model Y car.
Is that a new Tesla car, right?
And yes, 2,500 acres, 10 million square feet. April 20th. That roughly 21 months.
Wow. They built that pretty fast. So, the models of Tesla cars, do you know what they are?
No.
Well, you just mentioned the Model Y.
This is Y, yeah.
Yeah. There's a Model S.
Okay.
There's a Model X.
All right.
And then there was supposed to be a Model E, but they said, no, you can't do that. It's going to be a Model 3.
Oh, I like it.
Elon
you know what?
Obsessed with some things.
Yeah, but also his jet is the GFY jet. So maybe that's what he should use for the next next series of cars. I would do a G and an F yourself.
Yeah, there you go.
So it can be done. Think projects can move along, but
just when the government's
how about
involved,
when they get in you're right. So it's not. So one thing would be like the rail, California rail train, which we'll get to when. The problem is you have to actually go through people's property.
Yeah.
And you have to fight these battles all the way along the way. Yeah. But for these how many times is the government fighting its own self?
Yeah, I know.
Right? So the EPA is fighting, one government agency is fighting another government agency to get a government project done. How does that even work?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's what you need an executive for, to come in and just say, cut that out.
Yeah.
So basically, when it comes to this infrastructure bill, generally speaking, it's doing okay. The big fails are the broadband and the EV charging.
Yeah, those are huge fails.
Big fails.
And so what I'd love to hear is what the holdup is, not what happens in California, but what might even happen here is like, we're not really sure where the money is. Somehow you can just lose $20 billion here. Now, if you're filing your taxes and you're $122 off, they'll find that.
Yes.
Quick.
Yes.
But if you misplace $42 billion for the homeless program in California, everybody's like, well, rounding error.
Yeah. It was all for a good cause.
Yes. So
what about this high-speed rail? I mean, for some reason, Democrats love the idea of building high-speed rail.
So we did it. We did a show on this years and years ago and made fun of how terrible the project was going.
Right.
So here we go. Initially projected to... So this is high-speed rail. Listen to this. This sounds like a great idea. San Francisco to Los Angeles.
Sure.
Fairly flat. Mm-hmm. Of course, San Andreas Fault, whatever.
But big population centers.
Yeah, big population centers. Mm-hmm. Lots of... Too many cars.
Yeah.
And boom. So that's fine. That sounds good. Approved in 2008.
Okay.
With full service to begin in the 2020s. Well, that's a long range there. I mean, can you go? Yeah. However, now we have. Oh, it's $33 billion.
It's supposed to be $33 billion. Okay. Yeah.
So now they've decided we're just going to go from Merced to Bakersfield.
Okay.
For $36 billion and open in 2032.
Oh, okay. Great. So they're going to go not as far.
Nowhere, and they're going to go from one...
They're going to spend more money, go not as far...
To service no people.
Right. Because nobody's going from Merced to Bakersfield.
All right. So, give you an idea of how many people are not going. Mm-hmm. You have, between the two of them, you have about 500,000 people. Which is $22,000 a person.
Wow.
Meaning you could have just bought a Tesla for every household in both cities and just said, how about that?
How about that? Yeah.
But they say, so they just recently, I'm telling you, within the last couple of weeks, laid the first piece of track.
Oh my gosh.
All they have the supporting, where the track goes. Yeah. But the actual track, and that slimeball Newsom had the nerve to have like a big ribbon cutting, back slapping. Look what I've done for you. Event.
Just the other day,
unbelievable.
I was driving around down near Riverdale, and they're actually making progress on building new metro lines.
Well, it's been fun for me because I drive through and under that thing every day since it started.
And so they're actually making progress. So the government can actually do these things when they put their mind to it.
So, but let's talk about this here. What do they mean? They said, don't worry about it. This is a proof of concept.
Oh, great.
So
what does that mean? So proof of concept means...
Tell me
proof of concept means you say, we have this idea that this thing is going to work, but we need to try it out. So we're going to do this thing,
a small section,
to see if like people actually take the train, for example.
Right.
But
so now they can say, look, for $36 billion. And what did I say?
It didn't work.
In 2008, in 20 years, and $36 billion, we can do another 192 miles, maybe.
By maybe the year 3000.
So now they're just going. Now connecting San Francisco hovers around 135 billion, but critics just say the full route is increasingly unlikely to ever be completed.
Yeah. Well, it was never likely to happen. It
No.
was just a way to spend
who
money.
was it? Who just passed away here? Yeah, Feinstein's husband's company
Oh,
had a nice big fat chunk of that.
What a surprise.
Isn't that odd?
that's very strange. Yeah.
Gosh,
And that's the problem with every government spending thing should have a audit commission, a grift commission that is like checking to see where is this money actually going. Okay, it's going to your brother, it's going to your cousin, it's going to your crazy ex-wife, whatever it is. You need to make sure that this money is being spent appropriately, and that doesn't happen. We know.
What does GAO stand for?
Government Accountability Office.
Is it? I mean, unless there's
Government Accounting Office, right? Yeah. Isn't there supposed to be in every single agency? Isn't there supposed to be an office that's supposed to be checking these things?
Well, I don't know, but you apparently you can get Elon Musk and some 20-somethings.
Yeah.
And they
can go in and look at the numbers and say, "Hey, wait a minute, what's going on here?"
Hey, wait a minute. And then once or you don't even have to know what you're doing anymore. You just ask AI. Is this money being well spent? I got more to say about that later. How about right here? In fact, if I went to the top of the hill, I could almost see what was the Key Bridge.
Oh my gosh.
So,
why was it that when the Key Bridge collapsed because some bonehead did something stupid?
Yeah.
Why was it that Biden's immediate reaction was the federal government will pay for this?
No investigation.
Yeah.
No accountability.
No. Like, wait a minute, you guys messed up.
No,
you should
what the insurance is. And so hold on, I'll get you some numbers. So this is March of 2024.
Yeah.
They say, this is going to be rough. This is rough. It's going to cost about $2 billion and take at least 4 years to complete, 2028. Okay. So then in November of 2025, this is a year and a half later.
Right.
At that point, they hadn't done anything except, it's not nothing. Pulled the concrete that fell into the river, whatever fell into the river. They removed that. That sounds like a big deal.
I guess. Yeah.
And then they said, well, now that we think about it, how about it's going to be $4.3 to $5.2 billion, and let's push the date out to December. I love this, December 2030, which means somewhere in 2031.
Right.
Before you've done anything except for get the trash out of the way, it's already over doubled.
How could it? There was already a bridge there. It's not like you have to do an assessment, Like there was already a bridge there. We know that this is a great place for a bridge.
Is it feasible? Do you have to study the rock bed, how far you need to go down? I mean, we know that much.
Yeah, we should. And you don't have to do an environmental impact statement. There was already a bridge.
What is this going to disturb? Nothing that
wasn't disturbing already. Yes. So why do we get stuck in this kind of mess? Somebody's making money.
I mean, how did you decide that before? I understand, like, you get halfway through the bridge. And then you go, well, cost overruns. You haven't even done anything. How could you double the cost of the cost overruns?
Right.
Anyway, but let me just ask one thing, please. Somewhere in this 4.3 billion to 5.2 billion,
right?
Can we make it beautiful? Can we not make it the most utilitarian, Soviet-looking train trestle looking hunk of metal?
Right.
Well, is it somewhere? Can we scrape out $1 million, $500,000 for decorative lamps and maybe a couple, like a large crab at either end of the bridge as your
To make it
something
to make it
a
look good.
personality
Yeah.
and a little something that at least points towards beauty.
Wouldn't that be nice? Probably not in the plan.
Probably not in the plan. So anyway, gosh, I do love infrastructure. I don't like sewage. I like roads, bridges. That's all very good stuff.
But,
And I would love it if why can't my politicians come out and take a win? Pat themselves on the back and say, just show me a montage
Of things that you've
of
built.
things that have been built or that have been lined up or I don't know. Is this money just pissed away?
It's probably. The thing that I'm most worried about, aside from the delays and the fact that it takes so long, the thing that I'm most worried about is that these things are just mechanisms for the ruling class to pay one another and grease everybody else's palms.
Yeah, right. For the guys that helped you get elected, your district gets
Yes.
a bridge,
Yeah.
even if you don't need it.
Yeah.
And this political enemy over there, their roads can go to
And
hell.
you're going to get the contract, even though you have no experience. All you're going to do is outsource it to somebody else. But you're going to get the contract so that you
exactly.
can take 10% and pass it on to
Yes,
somebody
you won't
else.
even. You don't even know. You don't even have an engineering company.
You don't know anything.
You don't know anything. You're just going to find somebody who'll do it for you.
Exactly.
And take the.
And take 10%. Right.
All right. Well, I don't. I like to end on an upbeat, but.
Well, I mean, okay, the upbeat thing is we did actually, some people got jobs.
Yes.
We did some.
And the roads are being repaired.
Some things are being repaired. And we actually did spend some money on some good things. Not as well as we could have, but it's still.
But maybe that money that's been clawed back by Trump, he's going to release it with less red tape and less strings
Well, we can at least
attached.
hope that.
All right, there you
All
go.
right,
Upbeat.
cheers.
Thanks so much for listening to Beer and Conversation with Pigweed and Crowhill. Remember to visit us at pigweedandcrowhill.com or send us an email at pigweedshow@gmail.com.